Hi, it's Jessie. I'm back again, and I've been reading Hosea for like maybe about 5 days now, almost a week. And the reason why I'm reading through Hosea is because I feel stuck. And so I um I went to Hosea because God had told Hosea to marry a prostitute so that Hosea could experience like the heart of God because God was feeling betrayed by Israel. And so he wanted Hosea to see how he felt about it, right? And so I picked up Hosea because I'm like, all right, God, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, but what are you trying to teach me through this experience, you know? And so I started reading Hosea, and the funny thing is I didn't learn anything about the relationships I have, or but I did come across something significant, and I wanted to share it. So, in Hosea chapter 2, right around, let's see, right around verse 6, it says, "Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so she cannot find her way." That right there says a lot about how I feel. And maybe what you might not know is that this is actually a messianic prophecy for Jesus, how he received his crown of thorns. The theologians will tell you that this is what that's referencing, but I don't exactly agree with theologians. I more so agree with some of the experiences that Jesus went through, where it says, "Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes." You know, um, I was thinking, how the Pharisees, they kept trying to entrap Jesus, right? That's why they kept coming and asking him all these questions and trying to, get him to say something in order to get him convicted of blasphemy or some other crime that they could use to discredit him and disgrace him, right? So I was thinking on that time where someone had come to him and said that, the Pharisee wanted to see him. And Jesus goes, "Go tell that fox that I have something to do today, tomorrow, and the next day." I should have had that reference for you so I could read it directly. But basically, what he was noticing was that there were people there trying to get him off the path that he was on. And it wasn't just here, they wouldn't expose themselves by confronting him publicly, and we see this in the stories that tell of his arrest, how Jesus rebuked them on like every instant, saying, you didn't come at me when I was in public teaching, but now that I'm away from everybody, now that I'm secluded in isolation and have spent time in prayer, and the people haven't seen me to know what I'm up to, now you want to come and arrest me so that you can twist something and make people believe what you say, because they don't have the evidence that they can see with their own eyes, and so now you can twist the details and manufacture the narrative to set against him so that the people will call out, "Crucify him," instead of calling him teacher and following him around and wanting to know everything that he knows. And in this way we can see how the thorn bushes blocked his path and didn't let him proceed on what he wanted to do. But we also see that the thorns, they can't do this in public because they would never get away with it. They always have to do it in some private section, And we see it where he's going to be arrested, right? Where time has run out and they're about to take his life from him, We see it here, but it happened all along the way, as we can see from Jesus' response, "Go tell that fox." He was resisting the thorn bushes from cutting him off and seizing him, because, when they summoned Jesus, they wanted him on their territory, on their terms, And so we can see how the enemy works in this fashion, you know. We can see how they put up hedges around us so that we can't be who God made us to be, you know. And I, I can relate to Jesus in this fashion, you know, because I really tried. I worked hard to be who God made me to be, you know, and I thought I needed some authority in order to be who God wanted me to be. And so I went to school, and I've got like over $100,000 in student loans, you know, and instead of, you know, preparing me for what was to come, it's I feel like it's hedged me off and kept me cut off from being who I needed to be. But as I look through scripture, you know, as I meditate on it, and I can see that I'm not the only one. You know, Jesus received the finest education, though it's not depicted very well, but he sat, you know, in the temple, you know, talking with the rabbis, you know, debating scripture with the rabbis. And he was considered, uh, what's the word, very articulate in the scripture, you know, he knew what he was talking about, you know. So you can see how it doesn't matter how well you're prepared for it, you know. It's something that happens, and you know, Jesus wasn't the only one, you know. Moses went through this too. Pharaoh tried to hedge him in and close him off, you know, chased him down to the Red Sea. You know, Elijah faced this too, where he was backed into a cave, you know. We all face this at some point, and it's really hard to get out when it's not your heart's desire to give up, but you don't see any option to get up and advance, you know. So I've been reading this book. Reposition yourself by T. Jakes, right? Because stuck. You know, I pray to God all the time, right? I read through Hosea several times, you know, and he talks about how he did this, how God did this because, you know, he felt unappreciated. And so I've been repenting for any time that I've not appreciated God, you know, or honored God, or given God the glory that he deserves, you know. And I spent a lot of time in prayer for this, you know, and I read through all the way to the end, chapter 14. Let's see if I can get to it. But in the end, right, where God says, repentance to bring a blessing. Return, Israel, to the Lord your God. Your sins have been your downfall. Take words with you and return to the Lord. Say to him, forgive all our sins and receive us graciously, that we may offer the fruit of our lips. Assyria cannot save us. We will not mount war horses. We will never again say our gods to what our own hands have made. For in you the fatherless find compassion, you know. And I read this, you know, as I'm thinking, okay, so God has us cut off and blocked off. You know, one of the things that we need to do, besides, you know, repenting of maybe not giving God the glory, that, you know, or not honoring God, or, you know, and not giving all the praise to God, and making him feel unappreciated, you know, because God, though he's God, he's a God with feelings, you know. He says he's a jealous God to start right off. So you know, he needs your daily attention. And if you haven't been giving it to him, then it's time to give it to him, you know. And, you know, anything that's not sanctioned by God, you know, it's quite possible to lead you into sin, you know. Whereas if it's sanctioned by God, it's not going to put you out of his graces, you know. So just repenting, even if you're not aware of what your sins are that have taken you out of his good graces, just repenting, you know, and saying this prayer of repentance that he leaves here, you know. Forgive all our sins. That about covers it, right? That covers everything. And receive us graciously, that we may offer the fruit of our lips. Okay, so we're asking God to take us back, and we're saying that we're going to be of use to Him, right? Um, I think on this because, um, Jesus had said once that if He doesn't speak, then the rocks will cry out, right? So sometimes, um, God doesn't want us to keep silent. And if we keep silent, then we're engaging in sin. But it's the fruit of our lips. It's the seeds that He plants into us. It's the word that He whispers in our ears. The fruit of our lips that bring forth, And as that fruit, it like blossoms, it goes into other people and turns into seeds so that they might also bear fruit. This is what God wants us. He doesn't want us to fight against our troubles. We can't mount war forces, but we just gotta keep on, right? So, so I was reading this book by T.D. Jakes, and one of the questions you have to ask yourself is it a state or is it fate? Is this my demise? Is this the end? Or is this just a state? Is this just something that I'm passing through, And so he says that you have to identify where you're at. And he gives like 5 steps for assessing where you are. In step 1 is revelation. Discover opportunity or reposition yourself into where you're settled, wherever you found this pit that's got you feeling stuck. Inspiration, it's the catalyst of action. This is step 2, you start taking steps, you start formulating a plan. Step 3 is formulation, and it's actually committing to the plan. It's putting the boots to the ground and making things happen. Institutionalization, it's step 4, and it's actually where things settle into a routine, and you have a risk for deterioration. And step 5 is crystallization. It's the fallout of passion. It's using your enthusiasm and things, And he says you can go through these things. You have to see where you are in the cycle, but you can always go back to step 1, to discovering a new opportunity, to repositioning yourself. But you have to figure out where you are so that you can address the issue that's holding you back. And when I read through these things, it's a great inspiration to let you know, hey, you don't have to stay stuck, you feel like these things are cutting you off, but even Jesus said, no one takes my life from me unless I lay it down. So if there's thorn bushes in your way and you're sure that you're good with God, then the next step is to start removing these thorn bushes, And if you can't remove them, then sometimes you just gotta step over them to find, what you can do. Jesus was able to put them off. He said, go tell that fox, set boundaries, make limits with these thorn bushes, and let them know that they're not the deciding factor on your destiny, because you have a God who loves you and wants what's best for you. He will take care of the thorn bushes and all that stuff. You just got to get back your vision. You got to get out of being stuck. You got to get out of the position where you're giving everyone else your power and think that there's no way out, because God will never leave or forsake us, right? So we have to understand that if we look to Him, if we return to Him, if we return and repent to Him and ask Him to receive us back graciously, God is more than willing to welcome us back with open arms and walk us through it, We just have to start, by getting our vision back. And these 5 steps that Bishop gives us, it's a great place if you're stuck and you can't fathom the vision, to just start assessing where you are so you can formulate, what steps you need to take to develop the vision. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at this past week, these past 5 days anyways. And I'm just reading through Hosea and going with Bishop. And, I'll come back and make more videos when I when I read a little bit more of his book, I'm on page like 80 now. I've been reading it since yesterday. I know, a little soon for me to make a video on it. But I was thinking of these things that were very helpful for stuck and how to get out of being stuck. So you learn more by teaching. All right, y'all have a good night.